Ouch! God!
Get on the ground.
I'm with you. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. Woo. You need reactions and be ready in a second. Want the lower baby court is now in session. Yeah. You need reactions and be ready in a second. Want the lower baby court is now in session. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on? This is Attorney Session, here to react to Code Blue Cam's The Worst Thing You Could Do If You're Late for School. This is bound to be a good one. If you have not subscribed to the Attorney Reacts YouTube page, please do so right now. Thank you for tuning in to our videos, and yeah, let's jump right into it.
A gold SUV was allegedly traveling 70 miles per hour in a downtown area and had been passing other vehicles in both the right parking spaces and the left oncoming lane. About 10 minutes later, the Coon Valley police chief observed the suspect vehicle traveling 106 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone.
146, call across. He came into town 106 miles an hour, and I'm eastbound at County P. Never mind, he pulled over 900 block. Turn the car off and step out right now. Turn the car off and step out.
Why?
Okay, so the cop told the lady to step out of the vehicle. Can he do this? The answer is yes, absolutely. A cop may order a motorist out of the vehicle during a lawful traffic stop. A cop's authority to do this comes from the Supreme Court case Pennsylvania v. Mims. And according to that holding, a cop does not need a reasonable suspicion nor a probable cause to ask a motorist out of their vehicle. But here's where it gets tricky. Technically, you're not breaking any laws if a cop says, hey, you mind stepping out of your vehicle, and you refuse. However, refusing to exit your vehicle when a cop gives you a lawful order to do so could end up in your arrest for not following a cop's lawful order. So if you're unsure whether or not the cop is giving you a lawful order or just asking you to step out of your vehicle, it's best just to ask him, hey, officer, are you ordering me to get out of my vehicle? So here, I would take it that the cop is ordering this lady out of her vehicle. He's asking in an elevated tone, he seems pretty upset, and she's calmly refusing to do so. Let's see what happens next.
I comply with you.
What your compliance is going to be getting out of the car.
I'm not going to get out of this car.
She said, I'm trying to comply with you. I'm trying to comply. But he asked her to get out and she didn't get out, so that's not compliance.
Okay, you are under arrest.
For what?
For reckless endangerment.
For what?
That's a felony crime.
Am I endangering?
Come out of the car.
Am I endangering?
Okay, he just told her that he was going to arrest her for reckless endangerment. Now, of course, when I go over laws, I'm generally speaking. Every now and then, I'll look up a law in the state of the video that I am reacting to give you a little more meat and context. But generally speaking, reckless endangerment is recklessly engaging in conduct that creates a substantial risk of injury or death to another person. So what does it mean? I'm gonna do this stuff anyway, even though I know it's gonna cause risk of harm or danger or death to somebody else. I don't give a damn. So does driving over 100 miles an hour in a 30 mile an hour zone constitute as reckless endangerment? Yeah, I would say it does.
You're taking me to jail right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Coon Valley?
I don't think you should be worried about going to jail in Coon Valley, but I would be worried about going to jail in Coon Valley.
So do you have an identification with you?
So the cop asked for the passenger's identification. This comes up in a lot of our videos, and I'm going to address it again since it came up again. Can a cop ask for an identification of a passenger in the car? Generally, operators of motor vehicles are required to show their ID to a cop, not the passengers, unless the cops suspect the passengers of committing a crime in that state. In Wisconsin, of course, they take it a few steps further. Specifically in Wisconsin, as the passenger, you are under no obligation, you are under no suspicion of wrongdoing, and as such, do not need to answer any line of questioning, nor provide any identification on request or demand, nor provide proof of immigration status. There, police are not able to arrest you for simply refusing to show them an identification if you're a passenger. Just some healthy nuggets to know.
I just told you his name.
What's his name?
Anthony? because someone does not have an ID. You're not going to arrest him.
Most all states, even though the passengers do not have to show their ID, most states have laws on the books that require you to at least identify yourself by name, at least.
I really don't have time for this.
Did somebody ride by laughing?
That was Mitchell, wasn't it? I'm sick of white men, I'm sick of officers. I don't have time for that. I don't.
Somebody was laughing. She's like, I'm sick of that. I'm sick of white men. I'm sick of... Oh, God. You gotta love Wisconsin.
Hand me your keys, we can move forward.
I don't have keys.
You have a fob.
I don't.
You have something that operates this vehicle.
Yeah, I do. You're right. Because I don't have it on
When
me.
you get out of the vehicle, we can move
I
forward.
don't have it on me.
No, she didn't.
I'm not getting on this.
I'm gonna stand here till you do.
Ouch! God!
Get on the ground.
What's wrong with you? I'm not getting on.
Get on the ground.
Lady, just comply. Just comply. I would have to say, you know, I get a lot of flack for taking cops' side sometimes, but this cop is in the right. In the last video I posted, the jerks were being a-holes. It just is what it is. It's not always the case, but it is what it is. This lady is in the wrong right now. She should have complied.
As he attempted to take her into custody, a bystander assisted in handcuffing her.
Yeah. Unlock my doors from the driver door. Go to the passenger side. I have a pair of handcuffs down in the on my belt on the floor.
Okay, so this is a very interesting turn of events. A bystander came by and asked the cop if he needs some assistance. Let's talk about that for a second. Bystanders assisting police officers. I know that in this specific case, the bystander asked the cop, does he need his assistance? But what if a cop asks a bystander for their assistance? Many states have laws on the books criminalizing citizens for their refusal to aid police officers when commanded to do so. For purposes of this video, of course, under Wisconsin law, the statute specifically reads, whoever without reasonable excuse refuses or fails upon command to aid any person known by the person to be a police officer is guilty of a Class C misdemeanor. So let's reverse the scenario and say if the cop saw this bystander and needed his assistance and told him to look in the car and do whatever the hell he told him to do, would the man be obligated to do so? Under Wisconsin law, yes, he would be. And by his failure to do so without reasonable excuse, he could be charged with a Class C misdemeanor. How about that?
Thank you, sir. Put your other arm behind your back. Put your other arm behind your back. I'll take that other side. Thank you.
So I'm no mental health expert, but I do sense some signs of mental health issues going on here. Like I said, I'm no expert, but I think the cop is doing his best to handle this in a very respectful and humane way.
You feel better now, puppy? Officer?
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Just stay on the ground. Stay on the ground.
Now, that's kind of dangerous. You're asking her to stay on the ground right next to a busy road in handcuffs. That's kind of dangerous. I would maybe move her maybe to the curb, but he needs to be aware and cognizant of the dangers that he's placing this lady in right now.
Hey, officer. Whatever your name is. You know raccoons are the smartest people? It's fitting I'm getting arrested in Coon Valley. It's like on my arm.
So the cop is performing a search. So here the lady was placed in handcuffs, and now she's being searched. So I'll start at the beginning. In most cases, a search warrant pursuant to the Fourth Amendment is required to perform a search on a person. However, there are some exceptions. One of those exceptions being a search incident to a lawful arrest, or a sitla. This exception states that at the time of a lawful arrest, a police officer may conduct a search of the arrestee, including his person, clothing, and wingspan or grabbable space, without a warrant in order to keep the officer safe or to preserve evidence. There's no question that that's what this cop is doing right now, checking the lady to see if there's anything on her. Note that although a cop can search within the arrestee's wingspan, this exception does not give the cops the right nor ability to search the trunk of the car.
Thank
Thank you for moving her to a safer space, officer.
What's going on today? Are you her brother?
Kinda, yeah.
Is she upset about something?
Mental health thing.
You or her or both of you?
You or her or both of you? What the hell is wrong with this guy? Why is he asking this? To him.
Her, mainly.
Okay.
Her mainly.
She's been off her meds for 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'll give this back to you. I just have your driver's license, okay? And are there any weapons in the car?
Yes.
What's the weapon?
A Bowie knife in the duffel bag.
Appreciate that.
The cop asked, do they have any weapons in the vehicle? Some states require that you ask that question, mostly pertaining to concealed handguns, whether or not you have a license, etc. Some states may require that you answer that question. Some states don't require that you answer that question. So know the laws of the state that you're in, as I always say.
Are you arresting me, officer?
Reckless endangerment.
You can take it.
106 miles an hour.
Jesus.
Can I get the ticket and go now? Or how do I get out of here?
Can I get the ticket and go now, or how can I get out of here? Baby girl, you going to jail.
Are you diagnosed with any mental health disorder?
I don't know.
Okay, so just so you know, when I'm laughing and stuff, this shit is just funny. I'm not laughing at her or her perceived mental disorder or disability. I swear to God, I'm not laughing at that. It's just funny. Just what she's saying, her interactions with the cops. That's why I'm laughing.
She was gonna take off on me again when I was standing in the open door.
Oh, forgot.
She turned the car back on and put it in gear.
You know, I've been an educator. I was an educator for a long time before I was a lawyer. I've never known students to want to get to school that bad, to go 106 and a 30 to get to school that bad.
Don't you always drive that fast on the way to school? You doing all right?
Yeah.
Were you a little bit scared when she was driving? Or?
Not really.
Did she drive like this often?
No.
Did it seem dangerous to you what she was doing out there?
I don't know. I don't drive.
Okay. You got your instruction permit, right?
Yeah.
Would you drive like that?
No, probably.
Okay, all right, that's good. You want to just tell me where the drugs are in the car since the dog told us that they're in there?
I don't know.
Oh, so apparently they went and got a drug dog. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Drug dogs and traffic stops under Rodriguez v. United States. Unless police have reasonable suspicion of a crime, it is an unconstitutional seizure for them to extend a legal traffic stop in order to conduct a dog sniff. Dog sniffs at a traffic stop are considered searches under the 14th Amendment, and they do require probable cause. However, a police officer cannot use a dog to obtain probable cause unless they already first had reasonable suspicion. And lastly, police authority for holding up your vehicle for a dog sniff ends once their tasks tied to the traffic violation, writing the ticket or arresting you, are or reasonably should have been finished. So here they've already arrested the lady. She's already in the back of the paddy wagon. So if we're focusing on the gentleman right here, and we want to say that maybe we have reasonable suspicion that drugs are in the car because maybe he looks like he's under the influence, given the fact that maybe they already had a reasonable suspicion that she was under the influence, then maybe they had enough probable cause to conduct a dog sniff.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay. Would you mind just turning your pockets inside out for me just to demonstrate to me that you don't have any drugs on you right now?
Yeah, I don't have anything on me. I don't do anything.
Okay. You don't use any drugs?
No.
Does Amanda use any drugs? Sometimes.
Covering addict.
Okay.
He might want to keep his mouth shut, but I doubt he understands the implications of him not keeping his mouth shut.
If you do find anything, it is not mine.
Okay, fair enough.
My guy said, if you do find anything, it is not mine.
Amanda, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an
There you
attorney
go.
present with you prior to any questioning if you wish. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you have the right to have the court appoint you one free of charge prior to any questioning if you wish. If you want to answer any questions for me at this time, you may stop answering at any time. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
So the cop just read her Miranda warnings, and she said she understood those rights. The rights to remain silent, that anything she says can be used against her in the court of law. She should stop talking to the cops at that point, because anything she says that's self-incriminating can be deemed a testimonial confession and used against her in court. So my advice to her, or any one of you in that situation, which is not legal advice because we're just reacting to videos here, but I would say just stop talking at that point. Stop talking.
You want to tell us where the drugs are in the car?
There's no drugs.
Okay.
There's no drugs that I know of in my car.
Great.
Oh, you
What is she doing?
Amanda was charged with felony second-degree recklessly endangering safety,
Oof.
misdemeanor counts of resisting failing to stop, and resisting obstructing an officer.
So today's takeaways will be not to speed, especially excessively, even if you're late for school. Don't carry drugs in your vehicles, and if you're a bystander on scene when a cop is making an arrest, if they order your assistance, you may have to assist them. Thank you for watching this video. Please check out some of the other videos by these awesome, wonderful attorneys. We really do appreciate your support. We really love and appreciate all of your comments. Please continue to leave comments and interact with us. Again, thank you, and I'll see you next time, my friends.
Let's go.